So it occurs to me that pretty much everything I jokingly said about our current serving president in the months leading up to his election and thereby shortly after inauguration and commencement as our 45th asshole in chief is starting to slowly come true. Specifically in regards to his mental state and volatility as the leader of a major national power. I don't think it's any secret by now that we're close to having a major altercation with our Korean adversaries, and they've been doing a lot of saber rattling over the last few months. I don't think any president would just sit there and let it lie. I know when they were trying that kind of BS during Obama's administration, he didn't exactly just sit there and say, oh, they're harmless or anything like that. He was ready to go to DEFCON 1 if it absolutely became necessary. Sadly, I think Obama's idea of necessary and Trump's idea of necessary are rather different things. I think Obama was ready to glass North Korea if in fact they ever declared full war and successfully detonated a nuke on U.S. soil or on the soil of one of our allies, like Japan or South Korea. I think Trump is ready to launch if Kim Jong-il so much as debuts a new haircut. And as a side note here, it really is technically against Twitter's policies and user agreement for him to have posted a lot of the stuff he has regarding his attitude towards North Korea. So legally, if all things were equal, which of course in this country anybody of color or of a different sexual persuasion can attest, things have never been and probably never will be equal for a long time. So it brings us down to the point of what exactly are we going to do? And I don't mean we as a nation, because we are going to do whatever the president does, and we're going to have to suffer the consequences of that action in perpetuity. I'm talking we as a people, we as citizens, we as the public, the unwashed masses. And unfortunately, this past weekend, that answer was, we are going to start a race war between white supremacists and African Americans. That's how we deal with the threat of global thermonuclear war, folks. We start fighting amongst ourselves so that we're too busy hating on whitey or hating on blackie to notice that our families are being burned to crisp in a thermonuclear holocaust. It's times like this I would really prefer being, Canadian, British, French, although surrender is not really in my vocabulary yet. I'm really not proud to be an American right now. At least not from the standpoint of what America is doing at this point in time on the global landscape. I'm proud of our accomplishments. I'm proud of the fact that at least up until recently, civil rights in this country were on an upswing. And up until 9/11, comedy was fun. It was fun to be humorous. But, overall, gotta tell you, not a big fan of the military-industrial complex. Not a big fan of the sitting POTUS, which I think should be reacronymed as piece of trite, uneducated shit. I should probably edit that last bit out. Who knows? It might get me a visit from the Secret Service for trying to assassinate the good name of the presidency of the United States. But I didn't do that. Trump supporters did back in November. They made sure that it's going to be probably anywhere from 10 years to a couple of generations before this country is looked upon favorably as an intelligent and conscientious force in world political and economic welfare. So yeah, don't blame me. You've got Trump and his supporters to thank for that. Anyway, don't know if I'll ever actually post this, but who knows? This is a rant show after all, and I am ranting. I hope I'm saying something intelligent. Hope I'm saying something that will get people to think. This one is obviously not meant to be funny. If I did raise a chuckle or two unintentionally, though, that's perfectly fine. Anyway, take care, all. This has been your Damn Rant Show.